Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Diverse Brew.
We are here enjoying a cup of coffee, sometimes tea, and discussing some random topics.
I'm your host, Ives.
Baby. And I am your host again, Abdulrahman.
How do you say? Abdulrahman.
Abdulrahman. This is a thing, a lot of people cannot pronounce my name, but my name is Abdulrahman.
But we've already figured out mine, so it's much easier.
So yeah, it is much easier.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. The weather is nice. Having a cup of Spanish latte in a reusable cup.
In a reusable cup?
Yes, in a reusable.
Fancy.
You should stay away from this carton takeaway cups,
Okay, started calling out online. Okay, so this gigantic guy is my water bottle. I use it like every day. And actually, this is a biodegradable cup. So even the lid, it is a plastic, but still biodegradable. I love the turtles. I grew up watching the Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, this is a thing about me. I like the Ninja Turtles. I like Raphael most of all. So I don't want to kill any turtles. I don't use straws. I use glass straws.
So since you say you like coffee, what is a Q grader, my friend?
Shit, why are you examining me first thing in the morning? I'm not really good with terminologies, so a Q grader is, I guess it was like a certificate given to people who set the standard for how coffee is supposed to taste like, smell like. Like, they should, I don't know, they say like this coffee should taste this and this and this, and when you as like a consumer taste it, and you understand a little
they
bit
come
about
together
coffee,
and they all almost have the same results.
Yeah.
Those Q graders.
Did I pass that?
That one, you almost passed it.
Nick.
So, the second question.
Shit, there is another one.
Yes, you have an exam today.
Yeah, I am prepared.
So, the second question is, let me see. I always have a lot of random questions about coffee. Let me see. This one, how many calories does a black cup of coffee have?
Trust me, I don't know. And here's the fun fact, I don't care. I mean, it is something I'm going to enjoy.
Okay.
So I don't really care.
But you do take coffee without sugar?
Yes. I don't for me, it's about the taste. It's not about the calories. Like, you ruin the coffee when you add sugar to it. And I'm going to insult some people right now, offend some people. Anyone adding sugar to coffee is someone who is not into coffee, but he just wants to fit in the community of coffee. And they're like, I'll have a cup of coffee, but add 20 fucking syrups to it. So pumps of syrups. No.
So you, my friend, you're in luck today. Because
thank you. 2 questions.
A cup of coffee has between 0 and 1 calories.
Okay, so I'm on a diet.
Fact. Yeah.
I'm on a diet.
Yeah, diet.
I didn't know that. Thank you so much.
So who lives longer? Last question. I promise this will be the last question. Who lives longer?
I'm going to thank a friend of mine. His name is Mustafa. He taught me
I'm still asking the question, bro. You're so disruptive, Mr. Abdulrahman.
That's typically me. But I think I know where you're going with this question.
So let me ask it, and then you can answer it. You know what they say? Don't listen to...
argue.
No. Bro, you're disrupting me.
My grandfather used to tell me, you have 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen twice before you talk.
Yeah, they say, don't listen to reply. Listen to understand, my friend. Once you grasp this concept, you've got everything in life you need.
Teach me, oh master. Let's go. Hit me with the question.
So, who lives longer? Someone, a coffee drinker or a non-coffee drinker?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Coffee drinker. Thanks to a friend of mine, his name is Mustafa. He told me a whole story about that.
Okay. Hit us with that story.
There was a king, his name is Gustav, and the king was so convinced that people, by the way, the name of the coffee shop is Gustav, shout out. So the king believed that people who drink coffee die, and he called it poison. He didn't even call it coffee.
Okay.
And to prove his point, he brought some convicts on death row, and he was like, okay, you know what, we're going to go through experiment. You drink coffee, anyway, you're going to die. So die with poison. And here's the thing. he brought, I think, 5 guys. The 5 guys outlived the king himself. The king died and they were still alive.
Oh.
So, yeah,
So yeah, coffee is, how can I say?
it is. Look, it
In my opinion, it's alcohol.
alcohol. Well, I heard a lot about single women drinking wine living long. So
Yeah, there is a lot of myths.
is the problem in men, or is it a good thing from wine?
We know why men live shorter than women. You know.
Yeah. It is. I enjoy coffee, bro. I don't think I'm
do.
gonna stop that.
So
Especially these days, like rainy weather.
yeah,
I love winter.
the weather is perfect for a cup of coffee and chit chat
But this is
here
tea anyway.
with your friend. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And we were not supposed to shoot today, actually, because we were kind of busy on schedule. I'm having some issues.
So
medically.
again, today's topic before you stray away.
I'm gonna use that today's topic since we're still preparing and everything. The other day, Bahtiyar and I were taking a seat, and we're like, let's study a tiny bit about podcasts and stuff. And the thing we were thinking about is
So what's the topic today? At least we stay in
social
track.
media.
Social media. Wow,
Social media.
This is a
And
very
how-
controversial
It is.
topic.
And how we came to the topic, as I was saying, we were thinking about the episode's going to be mainly posted on YouTube, but we're going to share it on Instagram and other platform in Reels form. So how do we shift it from a YouTube frame to a Reel frame? So I took the time and I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me check podcast on Instagram.
Okay.
I opened Instagram. Something like 20 minutes later, I'm like, what the hell did I open the application for? I was doing nothing related to podcast. I was just aimlessly scrolling. And then I caught myself, that with me being aware of this. And then yet, I again fall into that trap of aimlessly scrolling. So that's how the topic came to my mind.
Sometimes, as you mentioned, about the topic of disruption and all this, while you're trying to be productive online. Let's say, for example, you're using your laptop, something pops up, you go into that rabbit hole,
Yeah, it is literally a rabbit hole.
You go
It is
into
literally a rabbit hole.
it's so disruptive, sometimes when we are doing advertisements or marketing,
Yes.
how we just shift, and I always try to take us back,
That-
back to
look,
track,
This is something I genuinely respect about you. You don't have it.
What?
You don't have this
I
problem.
do sometimes, bro. When I'm just chilling at home, I'm like,
Yeah, look, chilling at home is something, but when you're at work or something. Look, here's the thing. I'm gonna first start with the good things you and we've done on social media.
Okay.
Because we run a lot of campaigns for the coffee shop, and personally I use it for real estate.
Yes.
And bro, the things we could achieve now, let me not go far. A couple of years ago, wouldn't be possible. Because now social media, we call it in Arabic a double-sided sword. It could protect you, at the same time it could harm you.
Yeah.
It depends on how you use it. And I got great results from the campaigns that I shared on Facebook, Instagram, and Meta generally. So it could be really a good start for anyone to boost their business if you're using it in the right way.
If you're using it in the right way.
If you're using it in the wrong way, my friend,
Yeah, there's a lot of implications.
to the point where there is a rehab. You know that?
Really?
I swear to God. The other day I was.
I lost my phone. I don't know how I dropped it.
Look, that's why I said I respect you. You are not a phone slave. You told me I'm not a slave for the phone. Reaching Ives is sometimes almost impossible.
Now you're calling me out.
Yes, reaching
you're
Ives
calling
is like
me
I
out.
have to call him. And the other day I created a group for your 2 numbers and my 2 numbers. And
But bro, can I ask a simple question?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Who owns you? Who owns who? Sorry.
yes,
Does the phone own you, or you own the phone?
you own the phone.
But now these days it doesn't look like that, because
It's not, yeah.
The older I became, when I'm home, I like spending much time to myself.
True.
So what do? If I'm not working that day, I put all my phones on silent.
In a different room.
No, on silent.
In a different room.
In a different room. And this is their time also to, charge, to be free from my face,
Yes.
So I'm not gonna be forced to allow the phone to control me. Because sometimes, yes, there are some emergencies, like real emergencies, where someone calls you out at night, bro, I have this problem, my battery won't start, my car. But at least everyone knows, like, I think if we play a game and they say,
call the person that is going to pick up or not going to pick up.
Will not answer.
I'm going to call you.
You're going to call me?
Definitely.
And that's the day I answer.
That's my luck. That's definitely my luck.
And that's the day I answer. So, when I'm home or when I'm out or when I'm having my own personal time, I don't like to be distracted by anything, even my phone.
It is really hard for me.
I know you like...
Because for me, I mainly use social media for my work.
Yeah.
So, and that's a problem at first I had, and then I somehow started to trying to fix the issue because
you tried to fix it for like 5 days, I think. I remember you put like screen time and all.
Yes, I still use it on my personal phone. But the problem started with since I do a lot of, as I said, campaigns. I have to use social media. So at work in my office, when I open the Instagram, on default it is on my personal account.
Okay.
And my personal account is just a mix of a lot of things. My wife sometimes gets bored and she's like, let me check his Instagram. Not spying, but just having fun. Because you can see all random shit.
Yeah.
Funny things, accidents. Sometimes you tell me, like, why do you watch accident? I'm like, I don't know. I watch accident.
And on that note, sometimes there are some videos that should not be.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how much
Yes.
you, what do you call it? It doesn't matter how much you put filters, but some things always come. And every time I'm like, something pops up and I'm like, shit. Was my child gonna see this?
Yeah.
I think social media now, it's very harmful, especially to kids.
It is.
I'll give you an example. I have a friend. His daughter couldn't talk, couldn't walk, but they can open YouTube. They can skip the ads.
Wow.
Without talking, without doing it, and they know what they want to watch.
Exactly. And how old is she?
Like 1.5.
Here's the
I'm like, what? And my other friend's son as well. The guy would, his life is like, they have a TV in the room, they have a TV in the lounge, in the kitchen. He's got his iPad. This guy goes to every single gadget in that house, opens.
And uses.
No, opens what he likes. What's that child cartoon?
I'm trying.
What's it called? Cocomelon.
I fucking hate that.
The language, Abdulrahman.
Sorry, guys.
The child will open it in the bedroom. It has to be everywhere where he is, And if you switch on one device,
hysteria.
The guy just loses it,
Yeah, hysteria.
So, would you say the world is getting smarter, or?
Here's the thing. It's not about the world. Look, I did some research.
Yeah.
There are
Based
people look, your main enemy when it comes to social media is the algorithm, to be honest. Okay, sometimes randomly, like you and I now, if we talk about any product, you can open your Instagram and 5 minutes later you're going to see the product as an ad. That's somehow spying, but hey, we agreed to that when you clicked on this, agree to term and conditions.
I know someone who spies on, in business as well. There is spying now, it's a good tool if you can use it,
Who is that person? It's not spying. It is how the link works. I don't call it spying, but when my clients click on the link that I send them, when it comes to property, it sends me a notification that I checked the link for I don't know how many minutes. So it helps me understand whether the client is serious or not. So back to the topic. The algorithm is your worst enemy. There are people, specialist engineers, whatever they are, they get paid to cause this aimless scrolling. Their job is to distract you. I mean, when you click on Instagram, the first thing you see, it is engineered for you to see it. And every time you're like, okay, you know what? I'm about to close it. Something pops up, catches your attention.
related to what you were watching before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
that's the trap, and there are ways to fix it. The other day I was watching the application you called me. You said that I installed it, the screen time and whatever.
Yeah.
It's called 1sec. I can
For those
advise.
who want to use it,
Yes.
check out 1sec. We're not here to promote any
No, no, no,
business.
no.
We just
It's somehow the
Chatting,
application questioned my conscience because I use an iPhone. You integrate it on shortcuts and whatever. When I click on Instagram, before Instagram, the application comes up and tells me, "What are you going to use the Instagram for?" And it gives you options like, "Is it for work? Are you in the toilet?" And I'm like, "Why are you asking me?" After you click, it opens after like 10-15 seconds. 10-15 seconds are really enough for me to ask
think
myself,
about
like,
it, yeah.
do
Do
I
I really need to?
yeah, is it for work? Is it not? That's one. For me, I have two phones. I decided that work account's gonna be on work phone.
Okay.
So when I use work phone, that's it. I'm like disconnected from whatever crazy stuff I have on my personal account. Yet I find sometimes myself going back. It is toxic. It is literally toxic. That's why I said like there are places honestly for rehab, and
Is there any place for rehab in this country?
definitely not.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Business idea.
business idea, but at the same time, sometimes it is a bit offensive when you tell someone, go seek therapy, when you're telling them an advice. Because they're
But
like,
people have to figure out by themselves. You don't have to tell someone. You know, you need to know, you know what? I have to take this step.
yes, but it is hard because we are in a constant case of denial. It is so hard to accept criticism. And we're going to face a lot of criticism when it comes to the show.
To this show,
Yeah.
I love criticism.
Yeah.
This is what builds me, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I take the destructive one. I don't take it to heart, you know? It like sets a fire to like, okay,
Ignites you.
it ignites me, yeah.
Yeah.
But some of it is just hating, purely hating, you know?
Here's the thing. Yes. Like
You see?
now, a lot of my friends are quite supportive when it comes to the podcast, and they
Okay.
keep asking me like, when are you gonna drop the link and stuff? Others are like, hey, what are you gonna do? Like, do you think you're gonna make money of it? And I'm like, bro, we're just having fun.
Yeah, yeah,
He was
we're
like,
having fun, yeah.
you're having fun. You must be rich and stuff
And
like this.
yeah, no, that's the problem with people. Sometimes they try and mix up hobbies, fun. Everything has to be money these days, you know?
Yeah,
It has to be money.
yeah.
But, you know, sometimes we've invested also a lot for this show, you know. How many months did we? Beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, slowly we got our equipment. Slowly.
We did it on a budget.
Did
I
a
would say.
lot, yeah.
And
Although most of the
thanks to Bakhtiar.
Bakhtiar, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the worst thing about Instagram. Okay, I'm not gonna call it Instagram. The worst thing about social media generally,
Okay.
it is the biggest, I would call it, fake place, because I respect that you don't share anything. I kind of sometimes
I
share.
hardly share stuff.
Yeah.
Like maybe once in a, and you even forced me to share.
I
this
literally
podcast.
forced you to share something about the podcast. I'm like, bro,
You took me hostage.
it is
You're
your
like-
podcast, share something. I
know.
kind of shared lately just coffee and some random photos of
And
my
your son. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would never open,
Shout out to Sammy.
Sammy, my boy, and I would never open an Instagram account for my son because a couple of my friends were like, open an Instagram account. I'm like, no, I'm not going to expose my son to that limit. Yes, I share some photos of him on my platform, but not share his life, like fully his life. That's just wrong. And I mean,
I
he's 1 year
mostly
old.
post proof of life on Instagram, you know. What happened to this guy? I don't like sharing my personal life with strangers
Yeah.
because most people on my Instagram are strangers. So,
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's a good
No
mentality.
offense to my real friends, you know, but you know what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For me, on the other hand, I kind of my page is public. Anyone
Yeah.
can see what I
And
have,
you're verified.
and I'm verified with money, and yeah, and I don't really care.
Do you have TikTok?
I would never.
Do you have Facebook?
My Facebook is only active because it is automatically connected to Instagram. So whatever I share on Instagram goes to Facebook. I hardly
So you
open
have
it.
Instagram. Do you have Twitter? X.
X
Sorry, it's not
had,
X. Yeah.
I never use it.
You never use it.
No.
What else?
What did you call it?
Spotify, of course, we use
Spotify,
it.
I use it every day. Snapchat?
Snapchat. Nah.
Never.
I had one. I think it's still active, but
Never.
I've even forgot the logins. You know,
Yeah.
we are old school.
Technically,
I think our generation,
By-
the most that I use is Facebook.
You know what is the old school? Okay, I'm gonna ask you some random question.
Okay.
You've heard of a place, random place, coffee shop, restaurant, something. Do you Google it or do you social media it? If you wanna call them, reach them, see who they are.
I Google.
Thank you. That's an old school. I Google
yeah.
everything.
I Google.
Now I chat GPT everything. I literally, since I am subscribed, it has this browser feature as well. But still, I find myself going back to Google. And then here's the thing. I noticed the majority of the people that I know,
Yeah.
they check places, things,
Via
whatever,
social media.
on social media. And here's the fun thing. Let's say I have an iPad, but I'm looking for a smaller iPad. So I wrote like iPad mini, and I wrote the place I am in to see whatever shops around me sell the iPad. And that's on Google.
Okay.
While my friend, he was trying to help me, you know what he did?
What?
He went to Facebook Marketplace, and he was looking for iPad in there. And I'm like, that is the generation gap. That's how you find out this person is an old school and this person is not an old school, because Facebook Marketplace, I never checked it.
But coming to another point, I feel so lucky to have been in this generation because we've seen the transition. Social media, when we grew up,
Yeah, we did not have anything.
we
Suddenly
didn't have
there is
anything.
everything.
There is everything now. All these smart houses, Alexa, Siri, all these kinds of
So
things.
it's up to you whether
If
you
I
can
ca-
catch up or not.
And the other fascinating device that I used to use was like a Walkman.
Bro, I love the Walkman with the cassette.
Did you use a Walkman?
Look,
You
a
own
lot
it.
of people, a lot of the young people.
Okay, guys.
Tell them
for
what
the-
is a cassette.
yeah, no, let's explain to the young generation what a Walkman is, please.
A small device. The old school one, you put a cassette. But here's the thing, if you want to rewind the cassette, you must find a pen, and preferably pencil. You shove it into the cassette and twist it to go back to your favorite part, and then you put it back into the cassette, into the Walkman that's connected to cheap-ass headphones. Most of the time, one works, one doesn't work. And
Now you
just-
have earpods, man. So, you know,
Exactly.
it's
You have Spotify, AirPods. Spotify is preparing a playlist for
a
you.
playlist for you.
Did
yeah.
you do this? Where
I'm not a music person, by the way.
You're not a
but
music person?
I used to like music.
But yeah, did you do this where on like TV, you wait for your favorite song, and then you go with the Walkman, you record that favorite song.
Yes,
You prepare your own playlist. Technically, you steal your own playlist, and you have to let the whole family.
Even
be
when the
quiet.
phones came in, you remember?
Yes.
When people, it didn't have music,
No.
but you could just record and
I hated that.
wow,
And
what a
did
time
you
to
have this? You go to a shop and you tell them, "Hey man, can you upload 10 songs for me?" And you pay them.
And you pay them,
Yeah,
before
you-
the CDs and
Yes,
stuff.
but
you
here's
know?
the funny thing. When you tell them, "Can you add 5 more songs?" and they're like, "Bro, I can't. I'm gonna lose." As if he's the producer.
There was a lot of pirating happening during those times. you know?
Yeah. There was no originality at all.
I remember sometimes when we got, is it video cassette? What you call it? VCD?
Yeah, VCD.
VCD. And you wanted to watch something again. There were VCDs that used to pirate as well.
Yeah.
You know, or if you want to watch a certain show, you have to wait for it on Tuesdays or
Crazy.
every Thursday. Stay up at night, wait. You know, sometimes it will be past your bed curfew.
Yeah.
You have to be smart and maneuver your way to the lounge. You know, it was fun, man. You know,
It was fun. It was
The world has
life was simpler back then.
yeah, old school.
Because now imagine, I don't think we're gonna have this problem, but majority people gonna have this problem. your internet is off. You don't have internet at home on your phone, and you're like, for a whole week, you know that you're not gonna have internet.
You go crazy.
How bored are you going to be?
You go crazy.
So
I
then-
think now internet has become a necessity as well.
An addiction.
Just like how electricity
A
and
necessity.
water.
Yeah,
You,
yeah,
you can't live in a
Essential.
house. Yeah, you can't.
You know, while doing the rentals,
The
I swear
what?
to- while doing the rentals,
Okay.
renters before asking me about anything, they're like, "When can I get the internet running?" And I'm like, "Bro,
You haven't
you
paid
still
your
have
water,
to, yeah,
your
like water, electricity, whatever.
and
You
yeah.
need electricity for the internet." They're like, "Yeah, later. Like, give me internet right now."
Yeah.
I mean, now it is so, as you called it, essential to the point where universities, no internet, sometimes no classes.
No classes. Yeah, that's
Like
true.
literally, classes online, homeworks they have to be submitted online. It is easier, but then again, it comes with pros and cons.
So, as we have mentioned, about this social media, there is a lot of give and takes.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is how you use the internet.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, the internet. I don't want to only mention social media.
It is a bigger scope. It is the internet,
You see,
especially like now with AI coming
with
to
AI
light.
coming into, you can't really say that. Yeah. So now with that transition, if you look back when we had COVID, 2020,
I think that's when it spiked.
that's when it spiked.
Yeah.
Because now,
Things have changed from then.
yeah, most employees, especially in first world countries, didn't want to go back to work.
Neither employers wanted them
Yes,
back.
because now that's a cost that they are cutting.
They're like
But
downgraded
the key
office. and stuff.
factor, as we said, was discipline. If you
Yes.
know how to control. But the people that I feel most sorry for are our parents. That generation is in trouble. Everything is just moving too fast for them.
Look, but here's the thing. My mom is using ChatGPT.
Okay, yes, she
I swear
is.
to God.
But
She's like using ChatGPT on daily basis. And she tells me sometimes, I love it. I ask, let's say, for example, she opens the fridge
yeah,
and she's really confused, like, what is she going to make? So she tells ChatGPT, I have this and this and that. What am I supposed to make? And ChatGPT tells her, like, make that meal. And she tells me, I'm using it now for everything. If I feel like health-wise,
yeah.
some issue with me, what could it be and stuff. That's wrong, self-medicating.
Yeah,
but
it is,
somehow
yeah.
it is like helps you understand what's going on with you.
Some of them are embracing it. Some of them are like,
Like my father would
Yeah.
never
You see,
use this kind of stuff.
as I said to you, like the brain has to embrace it first, and then you have to take your time to learn.
Exactly.
But as I said, COVID also helped a lot of the old generation.
Yeah,
What's the old generation? Are they the boomers?
the boomers.
Yeah, the boomers.
We are the millennials.
Yeah, the boomers. So during COVID, now they couldn't go to
I'm not gonna insult Gen Z. There is Gen Z and there is what?
the
Gen,
new one,
Gen Alpha.
Alpha.
Fuck.
Like what?
Fucking hell.
You know, sometimes when I'm having a conversation with a Gen Z person,
You just want to slap them.
no, I don't want to slap them.
I'm violent.
I
I
just-
just want to slap them.
No, you're lying. You're not violent. They just stare at me like to say, okay, what's this guy talking about? I'm like, oh, by the way, this is a Gen Z. Can't relate,
Yeah.
So yeah,
We can talk about this. The different understanding.
guys, I'm not against.
No. We can
Gen
talk about
Zs.
this later on.
Yeah, Is-
Because
let's make a poll. What should we guys talk about?
yeah, actually, let's start. Let's start. the
We're
poll.
having a surprise guest for you guys
Yeah.
in the coming episode. So get ready for that. It's gonna be more fun.
Yes, it will be.
I'm not a natural. This I have to confess. I'm not a natural, but now I'm shaping up. I'm becoming more. Unlike Abdulrahman. Abdulrahman can easily switch, can easily adapt to,
I can switch my personalities. It depends on the situation I'm in.
Yeah, I would say you embrace change, more than I do.
I have issues.
have
You called
issues.
me yesterday. You
What?
texted me. You have serious issues, bro, on WhatsApp.
What did I say?
You told me you have serious issues, bro,
Why?
when I created the group.
Bro, but does this make sense? Why would you create a group?
I need to reach
with
you, bro.
But I was replying your text, and I told you
But here's the thing. I don't
but-
know to which number I should text you.
any number I'll reply because now my WhatsApp Since
back to
since
the
I
top.
lost,
Back to
since I lost my phones,
both phones. Back to the topic. He doesn't care about the phones to the point where he lost both phones at the same time, and I think he only found out on the next day. Like, shit, my
why are you
phones.
calling me out, bro?
He was looking
Bro,
for
we're
his
in a
phone.
safe place, you know. I know in this.
I'm not calling you out. I respect that. I genuinely admire and I want to be like this. Not giving a fuck about the phone.
I do. Now I have to buy a new phone.
Yeah, good luck. So yeah, start in a poll about what people think of social media. Like, has it helped them?
And this is
or
how
not?
generally this is how Abdulrahman's brain works, you know. He just shifts.
Function in a mysterious way.
You know, I would say he's a smart person. He has an IQ.
Ives, don't do that. Say more.
For you to be able to, you know, it's like your
Why are you
mind is always doing like, you know,
connections?
What am I doing next? But
Look, I don't call myself smart. I call myself.
Okay, you have a high level of IQ.
No, that's smart.
I
But
think I should take a test and then we show our viewers.
There is a whole theory about the IQ. It's not accurate because I don't know who's the scientist. Maybe Einstein said if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it's gonna live its life thinking that it's stupid.
It's stupid, yeah.
You see? So you might be good in something and not good in others. I tell you, for example, crypto, I don't know jack shit about it. I ask you all the time and I ask...
And I told this guy, bro, take whatever money. If you have to sell your house, if you have to sell your car...
Kidneys. Yeah.
Before Trump becomes the president, sell it and put your money into crypto. I'm not a crypto kind of person.
But you're somehow interested.
Yeah, I'm aware. Like, I have to, as I said, embrace. You know, I don't sit down the whole day. Like, I've got my friends. The guy puts a lot of money.
Full-time.
Yeah, full-time.
Full-time job.
You see?
Yeah.
But I'm that kind of guy. Get small money, invest. Because I've noticed with the Bitcoin, especially the trend, it will never drop to less than what you invested.
Yeah, sure.
Think of people who bought it for 12,500. I think this was like in 2018.
They made
then it had a
now.
boom during COVID as well. People were making more money, and people were like, it's gone, it's done.
Too late for me to invest.
And I was telling you, bro, it's not late. It's 67 now. When Trump gets elected, it's gonna
up to 90,
it's going to spark to 90, 100. And this is a good investment, man.
Yeah,
you know? You
it
see?
is.
But
so this is not my field. That's why I just ask professionals.
Yeah.
Other times, I don't want, as I said, I don't call it smart. I just call it budget. I try to save myself as much money as possible by doing things myself.
You save a lot of money.
When it comes to work, not when it comes to my coffee habits. When it comes to work, like I do my, like, let's say, my things.
So without
instead of hiring.
drifting away from the topic again, I shall
Typically.
bring it back.
Yes.
Because I think it's the poll. So, gonna make it.
I don't know if we can do two at the same time.
Okay, cool.
But maybe we can do two different times. One, has social media helped others or not?
Okay.
What other ways, what other methods they use to detox from social media, if that's a thing. And the second one for the next episode.
Okay, so
we're gonna end it here.
We're gonna end it here. Thank you for taking your time to listen. Watch, share.
My fellow Filipinos, listen, learn, and listen and learn. Do you know it? So yeah, my fellow audience, watch and listen and.
Hey babe. No, I'm not gonna do it.
Why are you gay? So yeah, I think this is it for today.
Mr. Bakhtiar, thank you so much for your
dedication. For this.
You know, it's a Sunday. Sunday is normally family time.
Yeah, my son is waiting for me.
And for me, I go to church on Sunday, so yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
God is a forgiver.
What?
God is a forgiver.
He's a forgiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. My wife is not a forgiver though. I have to go. He has to go. So yeah, I think we're gonna end it here.
Guys, see you next week. We have an exciting guest for you guys.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
A very smart, intelligent person. Bye bye.
Adios.
Adios.